Hey y'all, welcome back to At the Table podcast, a virtual table where we discuss all things young adulting. My name is Fikayo, and thank you so much for having me back in your ears. Now, in this podcast, we are going to be talking about AI, and I am so excited. I have been listening to podcasts, reading, researching AI, and honestly, it's my favorite thing. All of my friends know me as like the AI girl because I'm so passionate about it. And I'm really, really excited to be able to bring my thoughts and opinions to this podcast today. And not only that, but I do think it's important, especially for people in their 20s, to understand what's happening within the AI world because it's going to impact us the most within our careers, within our lives. Like we are the first generation that it is hitting. So I think that we need to be well equipped to be able to handle the changes that are happening because AI is extremely, extremely disruptive. So I'm really excited about this podcast. I'm really excited about like the reception as well, like what you guys are going to say. Please let me know your own thoughts in the comment section. Please let me know your own opinions. Please let me know where you fall. Please let me know where you think that I may be incorrect or I might be reaching. I'm really, really excited to have this conversation with y'all. Okay? Okay. So before we get into that, we have some things to do, and it is our segments. Now, I am also going to get rid of the old segments. They're not happening anymore, and we're going to introduce something new, and it's called the round table. So the round table essentially is just basically anything that's going on. And I think this is important, especially as young adults, because I know some people are not really into the news or some people just don't know what's going on. And I want to be able to be that touch point if possible. If I hear something that's going on, if there's a quote that I really like, I want to be able to bring it to y'all. So yes, I think this is going to encompass everything that I was trying to do with the old segments, but in a new way. And on the round table today, our very first thing is a quote I heard actually, and I think it's just a good quote, especially for young adults. But the quote is, work hard when working hard and rest well when resting. And I just thought that was just a great quote because it's true. In as much as I think this generation, I have no idea. I can't even say that. But I think it's important to be able to work hard. I do think it's important to be disciplined. I think it's important to be consistent. I think it's important to test your bounds. I think it's important to not be complacent. I think it's important to not be lazy. And those are the negative things are the things I'm trying to weed out of myself. The positive things are the things I'm trying to grow in myself. And I think this quote just reminded me how important working hard is. And yeah, working hard can be hard, but it's good work. It should be good work, right? It should be rewarding work. It should be work that makes you feel good. Um, and just do it well. Do it very, very well. And I think hard work distinguishes people. I think hard work sets you apart. Um, and I think hard work makes you extraordinary, and that's what I want to be. I want to be extraordinary. I want to work hard. I want to do well in life. So that was just really good. But on the other side as well, I also want to be able to rest very well. I mean, very, very well when I'm resting. And what will allow me to rest very well is the hard work that I put in. So I just think it's this beautiful circle that I definitely want to embrace in my life. I want to work hard when I'm working hard. But on the other end, I want to be able to rest well when I'm resting. Yeah, I thought that quote was really, really good. And I thought it was just very apt for the kind of listeners that I pull in and what our ambitions are. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is the last thing, is the TikTok ban. Did you guys hear about that? Oh my goodness. It's been everywhere. It's been everywhere. People are upset. People are livid. And you know what? You know what? Anyway, let me go back before I start sharing my opinions. But well, it wasn't actually a ban. Did you guys know that? It wasn't actually a ban. Basically, US told China or told TikTok that they need to divorce from their parent company, which is in China, because like US is afraid that it's a national security. And I can understand that. Mind control happens so easily, so incrementally, especially within our children. Like that is so, I personally think it's actually pretty dangerous, for China to have that much power over our youth. And um I don't know. I don't know. And it's so funny what was happening, right? So, did y'all get the notification from TikTok saying that you should call your congressman and congresswomen? Yeah. So what happened was people did do that. People did call, but they were like 13, 14-year-olds. So these 13, 14 prepubescent children were calling the congressman and they were yelling and screaming about TikTok the government taking away their TikTok. And I think it scared the government because they were like, we can't get our youth to do anything, but TikTok through a notification was able to get all of y'all to act like what? Yeah. I think ironically, it had literally the opposite effect. I think it showed the Congress people how powerful TikTok actually is. And I think that's why they all unanimously voted against it, or they voted for it. I have no idea. But yeah, that's why they all they don't want TikTok. And I mean, I can understand it, but also I think it's important to notice and state that I'm biased. I don't get paid through TikTok. I understand people's revenues, people's life income, people's life is maintained through their TikTok. And I'm sure that if I was getting paid through there, or maybe like it actually directly impacted me, I would have stronger opinions towards keeping TikTok. But I mean, I don't know, maybe in a different universe, Yeah. But yeah, that's all for that, for our roundtable. Now we get to do the fun stuff. Now we get to get into the podcast. And I'm nervous. I really, really am, because I feel like this is the most vulnerable I've ever been with you. And yeah, I can talk about my PCOS. Yeah, I can talk about my insecurities. But this is my intellect. I I really covet this side of me, because like this is the most important side of me, but I really, really enjoy talking about AI, and I just don't understand how I can scream it from the ends of the earth in real life and not bring it here as well. And my first opinion is I think everybody needs to be paying attention to AI. I think it will be that disruptive. I think it will change the world. I know it will. You remember when COVID started and people were just very lax about it? And then the numbers of death started coming up. And then people were like, oh shit, like, wow, this is real. Yeah, I think that exact same thing is going to happen to AI. I think people are still sleeping on AI. People don't understand the power of AI, and people don't know what it's capable of doing. Another opinion I have is that AI is the future. I think AI is, capital letter IS, the future. I think all young people should be investing time to learn what AI is and how it works. And you don't necessarily have to get into the weeds if you don't want to, and that's fine. But it's just very important for you to understand the capabilities of AI and what it's doing in the world, because it's that strong. Especially since we are the ones growing into the workforce, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. Another opinion is AI is going to take jobs. And not only is AI going to take jobs, well, AI is already taking jobs. Let's be frank. Let's just be honest. If I was an employer, right? And I have a staff of 250. And I know that if I just have everyone do AI, if I can have everyone learn AI, right? Learn it already. It's already on Microsoft. Microsoft has co-pilots. If I could just have everyone learn AI, I could cut my staff of 250 did I say? 250 down to 150. Why wouldn't I? These CEOs, they're not there for you. They're there for the company to make the company more money. Ultimately, if I have to cut 150 people, half my staff, to be able to save money and still make more money, why wouldn't I do that? It's just, I think it's so simple. AI will be taking jobs. And maybe not directly, right? Maybe not directly, but actually I think it already is directly. Now, this is where another conversation happens, right? Because I wanted to put somewhere in here the difference between AI, automation, and robotics. If you understand what it is, that's really good. But I'm just going to give you a very, very brief summary of what they are. AI, artificial intelligence, is just the ability for a computer to do what humans do. Robotics is the design behind the machines that cause automation. And automation is just literally to be able to do human processes that don't require humans anymore. I hope that made sense. But with these three things, especially with the other things that are happening in these tech spaces like AGI, machine learning, they are very, very, very powerful. Already you can see, like Walmart, for example. Walmart already has only 5 cashiers, right? But if Walmart is able to buy maybe a robot who is built with, the ideas around robotics, who has automation inside, and then they give it a little CPU brain or whatever, they give it a little brain, that computer would literally be able to check people out. And it's already doing it, it's already automated with the self-checkout, but that's automation by itself for the most part. Like, I'm talking about AI automation with robotics and then all the other things that are going on. There is a future in which there are cashiers that are completely robots. And they will be cashiering, whatever, cashing out what you buy. Like, that future is not far. So, okay, so going back to my Walmart example, right? Walmart already only has like 5 employees in the store. Imagine what Walmart could do if they could not even hire, if they could build 3 machines and then they just keep 2 people on standby for if those machines act up. That's already 3 jobs that were taken that should have been there. Now, with that being said, although I think AI is definitely going to disrupt the workforce 100%, I also think that it's going to create new jobs that we've never heard before. I think it's going to have humans working in capacities we've never seen before. Also, there's this idea that I've been playing with in my mind is, well, people are going to become more productive, which means there's going to be more businesses, which means there's going to be more jobs, or people are going to have more time on their hands to make businesses, which require more jobs. So I think in an interesting way as well, it's going to create more jobs. But for sure, 100%, I think that new jobs are definitely coming. And we're already seeing them. Like, I don't know, go on LinkedIn. They're very creative job names. And even at that, within the last year, I believe the percentage was there are 42% more AI jobs than there were last year, which is already insane. But I think that's the next move. I think that there will be AI coaches soon. I think that AI consulting companies are going to become a new thing. I think that everything will be having AI in it. Everything, anything you can think of. But we're going to talk more about that later. everyone is going to have a personal AI assistant to help them with daily tasks. I don't even think you'll really interface with Google Calendar anymore, or well, really anything. Like, you just won't interface with Google Calendar anymore. Like, your trips, you'll be able to just book them with your AI assistant. You don't need to go to Southwest anymore. Um, and it's happening already. And let me kind of give you a view of how that could happen. Let's say I want to go to Jamaica. In Jesus' name, amen. But let's say I want to go to Jamaica, um, and I have my own AI, and the hotel has their own AI, and Southwest has their own AI. I would just tell my AI that, hey, I want to go to Jamaica from next week to the week after, right? And then I also want my flight to be less than $400. And I prefer a morning flight, but if there are no morning flights, I'll do an afternoon flight. It's fine. And then also, please make sure that you book me a car rental place at Avis, and make sure they know that I'm a preferred member. And after you do that, please also get me a hotel kind of near the airport, but also kind of near the city, because I definitely want to be able to go to the city. Please make sure that, because I'm bringing my own car, um, the airport, or the hotel already has like a parking space, or the hotel allows me to park rather well. And let them know that I'll be coming um after my flight or whatever. Let them know it's for a guest of 2. Let them know that I am allergic to silk, and that the pillows probably shouldn't be silk pillows. Let them know that I like room temperature water, and let them know that I'm bringing a dog. And literally, your AI would be able to do everything I just said, literally within a matter of minutes. And then when it's done, it'll send you a notification and say, hey, this is what I did for you. Yeah. That's going to happen. Like, everyone's gonna have AIs. The systems are going to all be there. The technology is already here, so it's not even far-fetched. I just think it tests the bounds of creativity, and it absolutely tests the bounds of what we're used to. So thoughts and ideas like this, like, they sound so strange, but it literally is because you're just not used to hearing it. They already have self-driving cars. Do you know that? There are cars that drive themselves. What is it? Waymo? I think I was looking it up earlier. Waymo? Yeah. They already have self-driving cars. A lot of these tractor trailers are already driving themselves. It's not a matter of like if or when, it's already here. And it's not a matter of, oh, but no. I don't know. I'm just hearing like really, I'm hearing like rebuttals that are just really, really bad. And I'm like, they tested it. It's fine. Like, it's already happening. It's not even a matter of, oh, is it safe? It's already happening. You just don't know. Is it ethical? It's already happening. You just don't know. And anyway, this goes back to, again, what I was saying earlier about jobs. Now we're going to start. Ethics is going to be a big thing. Oh my goodness. And oh my goodness, I missed this. But jobs, I think that young people, like, I think that you should be consulting an AI on on what you should do with your life. 100%. Jobs are going to disappear and different jobs are going to reappear. I think that if I was about to enter college and I didn't know what I want to do, I would ask AI literally, what jobs can I do that is safe from AI? Literally. Because already art is leaving, like, artistry is leaving, writers are leaving, because people are just having AI write everything for them. People are just having Midjourney write things for them. Oh my goodness, there's this other thing I was thinking about. Tyler Perry, he wanted to buy a production studio in Atlanta, but as soon as he heard about, oh, what's the name, Video.io or something like that, but there's like these video um AIs that are literally producing things. He stopped the deal. He canceled. He didn't buy the production because he thinks, like, pretty soon they won't even be needed. You would literally be able to say, hey, Siri, put Fikayo on, I don't know, I want to watch a movie starring Fikayo, and I want Fikayo to be jumping from the different planets and then come to the world and plant flower gardens. And I want it to be a drama, and I want there to be a love interest, and that's what I want to watch today. And literally, your AI will be able to produce said thing, and you will see me jumping from Uranus to Mars, and you will see me come down here and plant flowers. So, I mean, I think it's insane. I think it's the future. I think it's the next thing. And I haven't even gotten halfway into my scripts for today. But another thing, I think it's time for people to start businesses. I think if you want to start a business, I think now is the time. I think that there's this new wave of innovation and entrepreneurship that's coming that we've never seen before. And I think that you need to hop on it. And even if you don't necessarily know what your business, oh, let me also preface by saying, please don't follow my advice. Please don't follow my advice. I'm just a girl. But, and I've said it, I've said it, please don't sue me. But yeah, I think it's time to start businesses. I think that even if you have something small going on, like you're doing here, like learn how to be able to run a business, learn how to be able to be the CEO, learn how to be able to make hard decisions. And not only that, but learn how to ride the wave, learn how to stay current on what is going on within technology in the world. I will talk about how I'm doing this later. But I think this is a time where everyone should be learning. I don't think it's a time where you should be in your house not learning. I don't think it's a time where you should be hiding from computers. I think this is a time where you embrace it before you know the outbreak hits and people like just don't see it. I think going back to jobs again, and jobs is a huge one, but I think AI is going to take low-level jobs. I think we already are seeing vacuum cleaners clean themselves. Like if I had a hair store, hair stores usually would hire someone to sweep constantly throughout the day. If I had a hair store and I had a sweeper, if I had a vacuum cleaner that just did it by itself, why would I need a sweeper? Why would I need a sweeper? And I really hate the argument that people make where they're like, oh, but I would never, no, you would, you actually would. Like it just is the next progression of the timeline. Like, oh, now this is a big one in my class last week, but oh, I would never, drive a self-driving car. No, you will, because like literally it is the natural progression of technology. A few thousand hundred years ago, they were riding buggies with horses, and then these metal things came along and people were like, no, we're not going to do it. And they did it. Do you know that when they were making seatbelts, people were revolting around seatbelts? Like it was a whole thing. People did not want to wear seatbelts. And we're all wearing seatbelts now, and they sure will pull you over if you're not wearing a seatbelt. You know what I mean? Like it's just the next thing. Self-driving cars are going to happen. You will be in a self-driving car. I understand you're scared. You don't understand the technology. You don't think it's safe. I know, but you will still do it. And you'll be fine. Oh my goodness. Like do people realize like the computer was literally a computer? And they were like, yeah, one day everyone's going to have these like in their phone, in their pockets. And now everyone has a cell phone. Like, do you realize like literally a cell phone started from a pager? Like that is insane. Who would have thought millions and thousands of years ago that you would be able to call someone on the phone? And they would send letters. Wait years for the letter to come back. And now literally within instance, I can call my grandfather who's in Nigeria. Within seconds. It is the natural progression of technology, and it's okay. I think it's just for us to embrace it. The first part that I just did was kind of just like my general thoughts, but I'm going to go into deep dives into specific like industries, and I'm going to just give my opinions on them, okay? All right. So, the first one is entertainment and leisure. Yeah, I think artificial intelligence will decimate entertainment and leisure, and we're already seeing that happen. Already. I remember I told you about that Tyler Perry thing. People are making AI art AI art is a huge controversy. A huge controversy, but it's true. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, it's a huge controversy, and people are not happy about it. But literally, like I said, like it just is the next thing. We haven't even talked about music composition. People are literally like, AI is able to make you music. Yeah, we're already seeing shows with AIs and the holograms. Pretty soon, you'll be able to watch a Drake show and Drake not even know about it. Yeah, Drake will have a concert and Drake won't even know. Drake won't be there. Yeah, it's getting that serious. You can have AI make you like, okay, make me a Drake type, make me a Drake type beat and put Drake like vocals behind it. But I want it to sound like Melvin's Room, not the new stuff Drake is doing, because I don't like that. I want it to be sad a little bit and emotional, and produce that for me. And AI will do that. AI will do that for you. It's already happening. It's not even a matter of when or if. It's already happening. Work and career, like I said, I think you should be consulting AI to figure out what you're going to do with your life, personally. Why? Because it's the future. Because right now, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's the future. Literally, I wouldn't recommend anyone to go to school for, I'm not even going to say it, but there are just some things that you probably just shouldn't be going to school for, because within the next few years, it's going to be fully taken by AI. And that's just the fact. And you can like, it can suck, like it can hurt, it can be scary, but it's just, it's just the fact. Like, there's just some jobs that are not going to exist anymore. Oh, and not only that, this is really, really good too. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I remembered. But um oh, let me get my thoughts together. Hold on. Okay. So, if I were going to school for IT again in, what is this year, 2024, I don't think, like, IT degrees aren't going to cut it anymore. And why aren't they going to cut it? Because, number one, it's IT field is so oversaturated. And not only that, but the bar is set so much higher. I went to school for IT. I have a certification in cybersecurity, and I could not get any jobs. No job. Not a single one. I didn't even interview. It was really, really bad. The IT field is so oversaturated at this point that it's just really, really hard to get a good job. But now we're going to move on to education in school. Oh my goodness, this one is really exciting. But I think it's going to completely change the way education in school is done. 100%. I think, and I think Bill Gates mentioned this as well, but I think that people are going to have individual learning experiences. People are going to have individual tutors. People are going to have individual teachers that is ran by the AI, that is ran by computer. And you know what? I'm actually really excited to see what that will look like, because, I mean, I can only imagine how good an individual learning experience could be. Because I do think it's a disservice to put 30 different kids with 30 different tendencies in the same room and try to teach them all the same. I know, especially with me, I was quicker with English than I was with math. And with math, I definitely just needed that extra support. And I remember so vividly, I wasn't able to get that extra support because the teacher was supporting 29 other kids. But I can only imagine what it would look like for a child like me to have had an AI who could understand probably how my brain is understanding what is being taught, and then change it so that it is able to meet literally my accommodations. But I just think that that is really, really exciting. I think it's scary. Yes, it is scary. I know. But I do think it's exciting, especially since it's just new. It's something we haven't seen before, but I think it's been proven and shown time and time again that the school system it's not really working. So I'm really excited to see what individualized learning experiences will look like. Now, oh my goodness, this is another really great thing. I'm nervous though, because I'm nervous about small things like handwriting. I wonder if handwriting will go extinct. And I know it sounds crazy, right? But literally in the mid whenever, every girl knew how to sew. And now none of us know how to sew, and everyone know how to like pump water. And now none of us know how to pump water. And everyone knew how to like garden and farm, and none of us know how to do it. So I wonder if it's just one of those things that are going to become extinct. And think about it. Because we use computers for everything. So I just wonder what's going to happen to that. I really, they've stopped teaching cursive in school, and that really hurts. I know, because I still write in cursive personally because I love it. But I was wondering, like, I'm going to have to teach my kids how to write in cursive. Will I have to teach them how to write as well? It's crazy. It's insane. But that's really cool. What else? I think everything's going to be on the computers. But I think it's interesting. I think there's a disservice to it. But I also think it's interesting because I think that they'll be able to have a better, more comprehensive understanding of each child, and literally be able to pinpoint specifically like what each child is and like where they're struggling and why they're struggling, and be able to help us understand our children in a way we've never been able to before, especially with the connection AI has with neuroscience. I think that is going to be very, very exciting. I'm really excited to see what the results of that will be and what they will look like. The next deep dive I want to do is social impact. Yeah, I think socially we're screwed. I think we're not learning the nuances of being a human anymore. And that's very interesting. Will AI change the way we relate with each other as people? It could. Because we're not learning. Like, we're not learning the nuances. Like, everyone is already working remotely. And I was listening to a podcast about how much of a huge disservice that is, especially for people in their early 20s, because we're not learning like social cues, like when to talk a lot in meetings, when not to talk a lot, when to have those hard conversations with people, when not to, like how to be around people who you don't necessarily agree with, how to be around hard people, how to deal with passive aggressiveness. Like, we are just so sheltered. We are in the house. We're not learning how to be social. I think it's horrible. And with social media as well. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on social media. I can't even, I told myself literally in my notes right here, it says, Fikayo, don't go in on social media because I think it's literally poison, but addictive poison. And I don't even think it is. I know it is. Did you guys listen to what the Facebook whistleblower said? And Facebook and all these apps, they all know like what they're putting out here is bad. They just don't care and they want to make their money. But it really is like really bad. Really, really bad. Social media is really, really bad. We are not good socially. We don't know how to talk with people. Even now, like when I shake young people's hands, it's soft shakes. I'm like, what's going on? I, yeah. Yeah, I think social media personally is what grinds my gears. And of course I'm active on social media because you have to be. You have to be. You don't exist if you're not. I hate what it does. I hate what it's doing to our brains. I hate what it's doing to our young adults. I hate how we're not good talkers. We're not social humans anymore. And it's such a like it's such a lie. Like, they literally put a lie within the name, like social media, but it's helping us be less social. And there's a huge impact on it. And actually it'll take me right into the next deep dive, and I think the last deep dive I'm doing. But there's a huge impact on it, especially with sex and relationships. Oh my goodness. I think we are at the all-time highest of men in their 30s who have never had a sexual encounter. Why? Because they don't know how to go outside and talk to women. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Like, literally AI relationships are starting. Like, people are falling in love with AIs. Yeah. I was listening to a podcast and the man said, like, I think my son's first crush will be an AI. Yeah, it's that bad. Guys are understimulated. They're not as confident anymore. I'm speaking generally. Please don't shoot me. But they're not as confident anymore. They're scared to talk to women. And it's necessary to procreate. And you know what's happening on the other side with women? Hmm? Women are going to school. Yeah. And this is another conversation entirely in which I can go on a completely different deep dive into. But women tend to marry diagonal or up. It's very, very rare for a woman to marry down. It just doesn't happen like that usually. So they marry diagonal or up. Now, what's happening if all these women are getting educated, right? And there are not enough men getting educated with the women. There becomes a husband scarcity, right? Or perceived husband scarcity, I should say. And then, like, lower down on the other side, right? Men aren't finding suitable mates because I don't think they know how to. They haven't been taught. It's a skill. Everything is a skill, including learning how to talk to women and having the confidence to approach a woman. And I do realize as a female, it does take a lot of confidence to talk to a woman. I understand that. But literally, it's just that, like, men are not learning that said skill to be confident. So they are not. So it's like, it's really, really bad. And it's so interesting because that's another conversation to be had. But there is a side of the world or people who are debating that we're losing the US, our population is going down. And it's true. By 2030, the amount of 18-year-olds is said to be decreasing by 10%. So, like, that's another problem entirely that, the different sectors of people are trying to figure out. But if it's by 2030, which is what, in the next few years, imagine what it'll be like in like 2050. I don't know. Now, like, I just have a headache. But yeah, Um, I just think it's really bad what it's doing for social interactions and for people individually. I think AI is really good, like on a larger scale. I think it's going to help people be more productive. I think it's going to help organizations be more productive. I think it's going to help organizations make more money. I think there's going to be more money spread across, but I also think that the disparity between really, really rich people and really, really poor people is going to be more noticeable. I think the people that are not on AI right now, I don't think it's going to be easy for them. I think it's going to be easier for people who are embracing AI and companies and organizations who are embracing AI now. We've missed the first wave. We've probably even missed the second wave, but I think that we've missed it to be early adopters 100%. But I think that now is the time to hop on. In fact, since we're already here, let's just go specifically into like my final opinions, thoughts, takeaways, final. All right. So yeah, I think that all young people should be looking into AI. I think you should be learning AI. I think you should be using it. I think you should be testing it. I think you should be deploying it. I think that if you work somewhere and they haven't done like an AI training, you should probably volunteer to do an AI training. It would make you look really, really smart and like your thought leader. I think that we should really, really be embracing AI. I also think we should all learn Python, at least to be able to understand how the computer is thinking. Because, I mean, I've coded before, and I think because I understand how code works, I'm able to better understand computers and what is going on probably behind the scenes of AI and how AI is able to give me the results it does. Also, Python is very, very common within the coding world. So even if you're able to understand a little bit of Python, that'll be really, really, really good for you. I also think, well, students should be learning how to code 100%, 100%, 100%, because, well, they should just be learning how to code. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm trying to embrace the nuances of the world. I'm trying not to let artificial intelligence take over my world. So if I have to do school, I do school myself. I don't use anything, but that's very, very intentional because I want to learn. I don't buy my groceries off of Amazon because I want to be able to go to the groceries. I want to smell this. I want to be able to go to the grocery store. I want to be able to smell the smells of the produce. I want to be able to pick what I want. I want to be able to negotiate in my mind whether I should buy the $2 cereal or the $1.50 cereal. You know, those are nuances of living. I am going outside. I'm going on walks. I'm going on runs. I'm working on my body. Because like, I feel like those things keep you in touch with real life. Uh, I've been hanging out with my friends more. I've been loving on people more because those things keep you a person. What else have I been doing? I have also been picking up hobbies that don't require computers. I literally sit at computers all day. I'm constantly involved in the tech world. So I've been picking up things and hobbies that don't require it. One of my hobbies is this podcast, but now I've picked up knitting as well. So I want to be able to just knit, and that's all. I want to be able to just be, and that's all. What else am I doing? Another thing is, well, I did this master's program and I'm doing it also because of AI. I just don't want to be one of the people that are cut. I don't want to be one of the 150, I think I said, that are cut. I think that managerial positions is how to like save yourself right now, or to be at least on the iceberg. I think content creation is probably going to go up, but it's going to be very, very cheap. Another thing with social media as well that I usually start thinking about is the fact that I think social media is like just a marketplace now. So I think that that's going to start happening more. We're going to start seeing more marketplace selling on social media. And yeah, I don't know. Let me check my notes one more time to see what else I think. Yeah. I'm protecting my mind and I'm watching what I'm putting into it. I'm learning how to be more productive as well. I'm learning skills intently, like discipline, consistency, hard work, really, really pounding in on those skills. Cause I think that's what's going to save me. And I think that's what's going to keep specifically me afloat. Yeah. Am I afraid? No, I'm not afraid of AI. I think it's exciting. I think that if you're afraid, you might be taking the submissive response. I think that you should be excited so that you're able to properly embrace it. Yeah. 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 I think you should be on the right side. I think if you're embracing AI now, you're on the right side of time. And as long as you're on the right side of time, hopefully you have nothing to be afraid of. And you can educate other people like I am and just let people know what's coming. But I think AI is a big thing that's coming. And I think, people just aren't ready for it. Okay. I think we're done, you guys. It's time to wash the tables and clear off the dishes. Please, please, please follow us on Instagram at @thetable_pod. Please, if you want to see the face behind the voice, follow me at Fikayo. And you know what? The party doesn't have to end now. You can literally just listen to one of the plethora of podcasts I already have down. And I really, really, really appreciate you sitting through all of this, especially if you made it through all the way to the end. You are amazing. I believe in you so, so much. And see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.